What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires Now, where I normally would say as we all wait patiently for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, I haven't said patient in about 2 months because it no longer applies, and where a couple of weeks ago we started to actually get first looks via the toys instead of the trailer. That's exactly what happened yesterday with a bunch of follow-up promotional art, still for merchandise, not the toys this time, what look like t-shirts and other sort of merchandise that's associated with the film, but we got a ton of first looks at Spider-Man No Way Home via these designs. We have all of them here for you. We're going to break them all down. Sadly, again, these not coming from the trailer, but they are a cool first look, and more than that, they are official and from Sony. We're going to break down all the new Spider-Man No Way Home promo art that got released yesterday, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 weekly Disney Plus subscription starting in just a couple of days with What If. We'll also be announcing some brand new MCU related giveaways. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit that subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, as I mentioned just moments ago in the prologue, there are truly a ton of these, so we're just going to go one by one. The first one we see is the gold suit, and in the background, what sort of looks like circuit board or circuitry. Some people have guessed that this black suit might actually be an anti-electricity, anti-electro suit. If that circuit board is right, it might imply that. We get what looks like a classic take on the Iron Spider, or the updated version that we've already seen in some of the promo art for the toys for Spider-Man No Way Home, and then one of the most interesting shots out of the entire promo sheet, the brand new integrated suit with his chest lighting up, and while he's flipping his web, you can see there that the magic has sort of been joined with that. This is a first clear shot at his powers or what's going on with that integrated suit. There's also another one of these squares that says magic with a thwip, just like sort of magic with a kick, a play on what they said in Infinity War when he was fighting with Doctor Strange back then. I think we've talked about it in some videos, but Doctor Strange, a natural ally. Now that Tony is gone, this actually makes a lot of sense to me that he's playing the role that Tony might have played in this film. The next row now starts with what looks like a completely tattered version of the Iron Spider suit, and of course, because A, Spider-Man always gets beat up in all of his movies and comics, and B, he'd need to ruin this suit in order to make a new one like the integrated suit. Then one spider over, this is a yellow spider that's sort of reminiscent of what we saw in that very first picture with the golden circuit board behind it, although looks a little more magic-y than that. And you can see very clearly there the magic circle around the outside is lit up orange like the normal Doctor Strange magic. We then get this awesome look at the spider logo embedded in what looks like the blue magic that's now associated with the integrated suit. Not sure if this is just a logo design for the merch, but a play definitely on what we saw him using his powers in one of the very first promo squares just a couple of moments ago. The next line is not that interesting. It just shows Spider-Man in a bunch of action in some of his suits. Here's what looks like the integrated suit, except now rendered in the gold and yellow, mostly a shot of him maybe breaking through the multiverse. You then see the Iron Spider and another classic shot of the Iron Spider with him in front of his profile. The next one is pretty interesting. It says Spidey's News. This sort of puts me in mind of J. Jonah Jameson's podcast. Perhaps during this film, someone else will be running a different podcast. Could it be Flash Thompson sort of updating and in support of Spider-Man? We see some shots there of what I'm calling the Iron Spider because it looks like that, but during these renderings it looks a lot darker black than blue. It could be his updated version of the Iron Spider, and then we see all of the componentry there. The one thing I want to mention is that those pieces that go over his hands, you can see them clearly there, and then as pieces there to the right in the bottom corner, those look exactly like the coverings over the Mark III, over the Mark 42. In fact, these gold ones look exactly like the wrist and hand plates that go over the Mark 42. I wonder if Spider-Man has been taking some of the nods from Tony now that he's been in his lab, maybe taking some of his tech and integrating it himself and repairing this Iron Spider suit, if that's what this is, or his own take on the Iron Spider using some of Tony's designs going forward and upgrading it. I actually can't wait to see this suit. Now we're on to the last line, magic with a thwip, just like I said, a play on magic with a kick from Infinity War. We now know for sure Doctor Strange's involvement in this movie is 100%. This next Peter U. Rock shirt may mean to imply the two factions, people who believe Spider-Man and people who don't, and for people who believe Spider-Man, well, they would wear the Peter U. Rock shirt. We then see two very interesting shirts, the first of which, We Believe Mysterio, which mirrors some of the propaganda that we saw from earlier set leaks. Well, I say earlier set leaks, shoot, they're almost a year old at this point, at least implying that in the aftermath of the events, Mysterio is still a prominent figure, at least the memory of him, if he isn't actually to return. We saw that the Lego sets had included an actual Mysterio. As I mentioned then, they may just be using old stuff. They've done that before with the toys. No confirmation that Mysterio is actually returning for this film, but if they are doing a Sinister Six and there is a real multiverse, if there's infinity versions of these characters, well, there's infinity versions of Mysterio. One of them may show up. He may be part of it. You also see there at the end, we believe Mysterio with the question mark. He's at least going to be a part of this film in the beginning, maybe before Peter clears his name for what happened in London, maybe not, maybe he will show up and join the Sinister Six, but we know they have a ton of characters to get through with just the villains that are returning from the previous Spider-Man iterations. I have no idea how they're planning to tackle all of this in one film. We still have some other promo shots to look at though. This first one says Peter Parker is Spider-Man. On the left there, it says unmasked. You can see Tom Holland's face is all scribbled out with an anti-sign drawn on top. And in the foreground, a ripped piece of newspaper that says Spider Menace, letting us know that at least a little bit, and at the beginning of the film, Mysterio will be looming because his identity reveal for Peter Parker will cross over into this film and be an issue for him moving forward. We then have some other shots here. You see Doctor Strange and Spider-Man coming through a portal. You then see what looks like their magic rings surrounding Doctor Strange's profile. That same picture then used side by side with Spider-Man, the one that I used for the thumbnail. You then see a very interesting shot of what looks like Doctor Strange side by side with Spider-Man, maybe meant to imply that he's in the Spider-Man costume himself. And there is an extremely weird and random theory I had in a previous video that I'll make sure to put out in a video in this, something that could possibly happen with the sharing of consciousnesses. It's a doozy. It's a doozy indeed, but I wonder if that's what this promo art is meant to imply, as we see it clearly here side by side, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Of all of them, this one looked the most unofficial, probably just because of the way that it's drawn, but this one may have the highest implications. Either way, guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. Other than the fact that you're frustrated that we're talking about and looking at promo art instead of the trailer, I already know that. Any other random feedback and or thoughts, any theories you may have from anything you saw in this promo art I might have missed, I am all ears. Throw it in the comments down below. We will be doing our What If watch party resuming tomorrow night. Yes, I've seen the first 3 episodes for the press junket and the interviews a couple of weeks back, but I'll still be doing the watch parties with you guys. So if you're going to stay up to watch the show, come by the channel, I watch here, and then we talk about it afterwards. And let's get into the giveaway stuff again before I let you go. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 now at 900,000 subscribers, Disney Plus subscriptions weekly while the shows are live. That next announcement giveaway will be on Wednesday morning with the first Easter egg video, and we'll be announcing some brand new giveaways in that video as well. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit that subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me over on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iTunes, wherever you find original music under the name All Fires, with a couple of songs that you heard during this video. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.